And he's here. He is here. Cristiano has entered the building. Welcome, wherever you are, to the Old Trafford Theatre, through whose stage door he has entered. The romance of the Ronaldo reunion captivates the place. Manchester United prepare once more to unveil, to unleash the 21st century sporting phenomenon who is, again, theirs. Wreathed in red, restored to this great gallery of the game, a walking work of art. Vintage, beyond valuation, beyond forgery or imitation. 18 years since that trembling teenager of touch and tease first tiptoed onto this storied stage. Now in his immaculate maturity, CR7 reunited. So welcome to the richest club in the world, and indeed for now the noisiest. And then there's a game, an apparent detail within the broad brush of bravado. Newcastle are in the bottom three. They need points. So fantasy has indeed run into reality. It was fun for a while, but that's how it's going to be. This will become the roller coaster club. Roller coasters go down as well as up. So 3 horses, 2 horses, or just one blue thoroughbred romping away from the field. Perhaps today City grab this title race ruthlessly by the throat, never to let it go. Or perhaps, just perhaps, Chelsea wrench it back and refuel the notion of a thrilling 3-way dash for the line. Well, it is an absolutely gorgeous, glad to be alive November's day in England's northwest. The first proper crisp, cold, hats and scarves day of the Premier League winter, and as befits a meeting of the two true blues of Manchester and Merseyside, forever demanding of itself the gold standard in footballing excellence, but required also by those who covet their crown never to slacken their pace. There is no margin for error. Chelsea insist, Liverpool insist, City cannot slip, and City should not slip. So bring it on, fresh, fervent, fevered, how it always was, and how it's meant to be. Feel it, the Premier League's 30th season. You've heard of Brentford now. The first night, their best night. The Bees have never had it so good. Thomas Frank's Brentford have gunned down the Gunners. Arsenal begin with tails between legs. Brentford straight to the top. The Premier League means business. It is a chilly, dank night in eastern Germany, and for Leipzig it is a night of obligation. And Paris Saint-Germain, the year-on-year have-to-bees who demand of themselves that soon, very soon, they must win it. There is not a noise quite like the Leeds noise. There is not a sporting heat quite like this white heat. Leeds-Liverpool has always been something, and boy, is this something.
If you can't run hard, you don't belong out there.
A furious game of incident and, sadly, accident. Liverpool in the end won it comfortably. Regardless of that, Leeds still haven't won, Liverpool still haven't lost. All of our best wishes to Harvey Elliott. And so mercifully we can receive the Premier League's last gift before Christmas. Tottenham finally back at the party. Liverpool, who've been so far its principal entertainers, let us enjoy what we've got here while we've got it. Wonderful. The very essence of midwinter English football at its epic best. That is the way we would want to be warned as we head into Christmas week by the English Premier League. Liverpool drop points, have plenty of arguments. This one will rage on and on. New page in the diary, fresh personal promises, reignited ambitions. But for English football's elite, a familiar and mammoth challenge. Stop City if you can. So welcome one and all to the snug corner of West London, which is the Brentford Community Stadium, looking out as it does. Another joyful wow moment for this fabulously bubbly club. So let it out and let it in. Hey Jude, begin. Super game, but in truth, City's game. It was throughout. tantalisingly thrilling, this. It is colourful, cacophonic chaos. The final score at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 2, Liverpool 2. So we'll call that quits. What a fascinating narrative. What a terrific contest in its own way. And it ends, Chelsea 1, Manchester United 1. 13 nights on from their heart-pumping rendezvous at Old Trafford. 13 nights since United rescued glory from the jaws of catastrophe and Atalanta watched a fantasy melt into tears. The man is a storybook all by himself. There is no work of fiction more fanciful. Well, it is that wonderful time of the year. The Premier League just keeps on coming at you. The stylists of the East End, the fashionistas of the West End. It's a football match on trend. Each has chasers at their tail. Andy Townsend, it feels important, doesn't it?
Certainly does.
Let me tell you, for those of you around the world who don't understand the dynamic of this fixture, there is not much sweeter in the life of a West Ham fan than a victory over Chelsea. This is one of those that really matters. This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Hammer time! They feel this. Boys bubbling. Quite how it happens, needn't worry him for now. It did happen. So don't even pretend to know what happens next. Leave aside logic, abandon all reason, forget form, lose yourself for an hour or two in Manchester's mayhem. Whatever will be, will be. Same city, different galaxies. Manchester City's stars twinkled whilst Manchester United's hid behind Manchester's grey clouds. United are a long way behind. It is so mist and murk and floodlights piercing through and Villa Park rocking and rumbling. It is Boxing Day football as it was intended. Chelsea with ground to make up. Chelsea are rolling once more. Lukaku is scoring once more. Jorginho was sure from the spot. Villa were a test, but his return and their return to winning ways are the Chelsea Christmas headlines here. So seconds away, gloves off, let them rip into each other again. Andy Townsend, this will be a horrible one to lose. It's a Gunners' glory day in North London. Mikel Arteta is pumped. And Arsenal are flying like they've rarely flown in recent traumatic years. A win over the enemy and a thumping win. And Arsenal are smiling again.
Blue, wherever you look, blue. A fixture of the age between the best in Europe and the best in England. A fixture of the age between the best in Europe and the best in England.
Not even that. This time it's City. This time it's Pep. And that is a statement. And that counts for an awful lot. Chelsea with wounds to lick. So how do they rub along this time? Goodison growls, Everton engulfed in angst, Liverpool simply motoring right now, but derbies do have their own context. And as you understand, Jim Beglin, you just never know. And Evertonians are on their heels and heading home. Hear that. Hear that. Liverpool anything but neighbourly. Benitez burnt by the club that once warmed him. It ends at Goodison the way it so often has in the past, with Liverpool on top. Everton 1, Liverpool 4.